What's up, guys? Welcome back to Roguefx. Today we are looking at GBPUSD on about the 30-minute through the 1 minute. I'm not going to pinpoint an exact time frame because obviously I trade more of a dynamic approach. So, anywho, as you can see, we ended up catching for today's New York, or I should say early New York session. We caught a 1 to 22, a 1 to 4, another 1 to 4, and then overall 1 to 7. We caught 22% with shorts, as well as maybe 15-16% with longs. I would like to break down, I guess you could say, these charts really just for y'all to kind of understand. I feel like it's better if I just do it after instead of, taking the time to actually trade and of course having to multitask, which is very much possible, but I mean, it's a lot whenever you're obviously on live markets trying to profit as well as teach. It can be a bit much. Before I get started, if you haven't already, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, as well as hit that post notification bell. Stay updated on all our videos. I very much do encourage you to just subscribe because it just means that you can, get our latest videos. It's free of charge, as well as, the support being very much appreciated, with all the gems. Whether people realize it or not, these are gems that I'm dropping, and they're a lot, like, they're free. I dropped the whole course, as well as live charts, as well as back testing, hindsight testing, showing people how to do this. It's not rocket science at all. It's literally just practice, practice, practice. It's all it ever is. So as you can see, we're gonna start over here with this short setup. I caught this on maybe like the 1 minute, actually definitely the 1 minute. So pretty much what I saw was price established a strong high, created a bit of a choke or failure swing, retested, took out internal range liquidity to the left, obviously mitigating this unmitigated wick. If I draw this backwards, see this goes up, draw it backwards. Obviously the Fibo, we get an exact entry, but I didn't necessarily take that entry because I'm more of, I'd rather just wait for confirmation, of course. So I ended up, waiting for, or being patient, of course, waiting for an official choke or break of structure retest. Took out internal range liquidity. That's our entry. That's our confirmation entry to get in. We ended up writing this a decent amount down. However, we did take partials, I want to say, at maybe 7%. However, obviously it dragged on taking out internal range liquidity to the left, and that's where we would take our full position. I'm going to zoom out to the 3 minutes so we can study these long positions just a bit more. So price, to an extent, mitigated this. I guess you could say we're not going to go far because, I mean, it's just a session. I don't want to confuse anyone. However, this is definitely my Fibo. It would be, to an extent, a whole POI being stretched out. It was really a near miss with, like, obviously the 50, but it still counts with a 1, right? 51, 1. Even if it would have filled in, 100%, it would still count. However, it didn't even do that. It, decided to obviously mitigate the top of my fib. That's fine. It's very much valid. We ended up, obviously, again, being patient, waiting for our confirmation setups. I'm going to go to the 1 minute to kind of course, get into more detail. Price created a choke, retest, break of structure. At that point, all we're waiting for is a retest. Waiting for internal range liquidity to be taken out, which was obviously apparent. Internal range liquidity being SNR liquidity, or I guess you could say imbalance fill. And then at that point, we continued up. We're bullish, so I was willing to hold at least to this week high. But of course, I did see that we did obviously reach that following the second position was pretty much the same thing, right? We got a choke, retest, break of structure, price retested or retraced, taking out internal range liquidity as well as retesting, or I'm sorry, mitigating an unmitigated wick, continuing higher to where our partials overall. Of course, I did see this going higher because of we do have quite an imbalance within this area right here. So that's where I was, looking to take our overall profits. As soon as I recognized that price failed to break this overall week high, it was understood to me that price established an overall equal, I guess you could say equal high, which is again another type of liquidity. I'm going to delete that because I don't want to confuse anyone. What price did was retrace, taking out liquidity to the left, which ended up being a strong, I don't want to say strong low, I want to say internal range liquidity, right? 3 candle formation, which is a type of liquidity, as well as we have this, I guess you could say our recent strong low. We can stretch that out. We have definitely a trend line, and we obviously stretch it all the way. We have an entry. I saw that obviously price was reacting to our overall point of interest. We of course do not I of course do not always look for direct entries, especially when it's very much ambiguous. So what's the model? Wait for your confirmation entry. We got a reaction, and then at that point retested our overall Fibo, and that would just be my retracement. So it would make sense to me, so I took the entry. I took the position, and then I just continued taking out this weak high, as well as reaching out for internal range liquidity, right? Because we are overall bearish. We have an overall bearish trend, and all this choppy market would just count as a correction or a correction model, and ended up taking profit at around 1826. That price, which is, honestly is irrelevant. What's more important is the liquidity being met, which was obviously met. And I secured a decent altogether, well over 35+%, which is, an amazing Monday, an amazing day, or I guess morning for, profits. God is good, and I'm very grateful for today. If you did enjoy this video, and if you do enjoy how I am actually, looking to approach these YouTube videos at a more verbal stance, then go ahead and hit that like button, because that'll only show me that, y'all are actually understanding. 1, 2, that y'all enjoy this type of explanation that I do provide. As you can see, the markets are definitely moving. This is definitely real. I have nothing to hide. You guys support me. You guys join my Telegram, follow me on Instagram. You guys, there's a lot of people in my waiting room waiting to obviously be mentored by me, whether they be low ticket or high ticket clients, whether they take themselves seriously or not. Understand that the right people will gravitate, the right people will understand, the right people will know that there is something special within this channel that's brewing, and it's it's coming 2023. I'm looking to start a membership. Really, it's called a subscription-based membership that I mentor people, and I take on a decent amount of mentees. I want to say at least 50. If y'all definitely would like to, the link to that waiting room will be down in the description. I, however, do not put videos in the domain, which would be obviously Discord, because it's just a lot of space that it takes up. I just don't. I'd rather put like PDF files. I'd rather use that space for you guys, of course, and just put my videos on YouTube, because one, not a lot of people, really nobody has this information. 2, to an extent, it just makes it way more accessible. And if people are going to, use these concepts and strategies, well, they know where they got it from, And I'm just grateful that I'm able to, provide this material for people to get better and, enhance their trading to the next level, and really for free if they're willing to put in the effort. And obviously, if you want to be mentored and you want to increase, because it's going to take years to actually master this. It took me dang near 4 or 5 years, and I'm still learning. So if you do want to accelerate or expedite your trading journey, I do recommend that you join the waiting room 2023. The videos are always accessible, but if you want someone to guide you, to help you understand the value of risk, help you understand the skill it definitely takes to do this at a professional level, definitely join that waiting room. I'm not taking low ticket clients. Obviously saying this right now so you can prepare. It's going to take that effort. It's going to take that sacrifice, whether that be financially or sacrifice time away from, any and other distractions that, may or may not hinder your overall progress. But it's all for the better because, of course, this is a money making machine if you really know how to take advantage of it. And it could save you a lot of time and a life of freedom if you allow. So, again, I do thank you for tuning in once again, and I thank you for the support. I take none of it for granted. I understand the subscription or subscribers are very much growing on the daily basis, and I am very grateful. I appreciate everyone who tunes in, likes the videos, leaves a comment to show how much they, are actually learning. That's going to be all for today. Until next time on Jody FX, y'all have a very good day.